Ford shares are trading lower this morning.
All right, sales of electric vehicles rose worldwide last year, mostly led by Europe and China. Global sales of electric cars totaled around 7.8 million units in 2022. That is up 68% from the previous year.
General Motors is cutting hundreds of executive-level and salary jobs in the U.S.
In the world of electric vehicles, there has been a seismic shift. The reigning king of the EV game, Ford, has been overtaken by an unexpected challenger. That's right, folks. General Motors has taken the lead over Ford in EV sales. This isn't just a minor fender bender, it's a full-blown collision between two automotive giants. So buckle up, because in this video, we'll be exploring how GM was able to make such a lightning-fast move and what this means for the future of the EV industry. After Ford was the #2 seller of EVs in the US last year, GM quickly outpaced its rival in the first quarter. But will that gap hold? Tesla continues to dominate the electric vehicle, EV industry, but there has been some movement in the race of rivals vying for first place in the American market. After Ford was the #2 seller of EVs in the US last year, GM quickly outpaced its rival in the first quarter. But will that gap hold? Tesla continues to dominate the electric vehicle, EV industry, but there has been some movement in the race of rivals vying for first place in the American market. While Ford Motor Company came in at #2 in terms of EV sales in the US last year, the first quarter of 2023 saw a surprising amount of movement in the race as General Motors jumped ahead of its crosstown competitor. By the metrics, neither Detroit rival is really losing as they both speed up their EV initiatives. But after Ford won the second position on the podium in 2022, GM seized it and outsold its opponent by almost 2-to-1 in sales in the first quarter. In the US market, GM sold 20,670 EVs in the first quarter, far above Ford's 10,866 sales. Again, to be fair, Ford's EV sales during the first quarter were still significantly up 41% over the same period last year. But what motivated this change? And what steps is Ford doing to catch up? Ford will need to ramp up production of the Mustang Mach-E, the electric F-150 Lightning truck, and the electric E-Transit full-size van if it wants to finish #2 in EV sales when everything is said and done in 2023. The good news is that increasing output is precisely what is intended, but there will be a short-term price to pay. Ford increased the number of employees in Dearborn, Michigan, and Mexico by thousands each in order to increase production of the F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E, respectively. However, the modifications necessary to increase production at the Mexico facility necessitated plant shutdowns, which in large part contributed to a roughly 20% decline in Mustang Mach-E sales in Q1. In order to increase production of its E-Transit vans, Ford plans to add a third crew to its Kansas City assembly plant this month. If there is any significant downtime, the impact has not yet been seen. By the end of the year, Ford hopes to have sold 150,000 F-150 Lightning units and 210,000 Mustang Mach-E vehicles annually. Accelerating production is crucial because, although it is a goal to strive to unseat Tesla as the leader in EV sales, reaching profitability is perhaps much more crucial. Ford plans to lose over $3 billion on its EVs this year alone, after investing an astounding $50 billion to research and construct its array of EVs through 2026. On the other hand, GM is also anticipating a breakthrough year for its range of electric vehicles, which is expected to have a busy launch season. More on that in a moment. GM increased its market share in the first quarter, scaled up the manufacturing of its Ultium platform, which will ultimately result in profit improvements, and sold more than 20,000 electric vehicles in a quarter for the first time. The record quarterly sales of the Chevy Bolt EV and EUV were a major factor in the increase in sales. It is now manufacturing and distributing the Hummer EV pickup and SUV models. Deliveries of the Chevrolet Silverado EV work vehicle will start in the latter part of this spring. Deliveries of the Cadillac Lyriq are anticipated to rise fast during the rest of 2023, while manufacturing of the Chevrolet Bolt EV and EUV will expand to 70,000 units in order to meet demand. The Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox EV, and maybe a Corvette E-Ray will all be released by the carmaker in the second part of the year, according to investors. GM intends to build 50,000 electric vehicles in the second quarter and treble that output in the second half of the year. But then, is GM a good buy? Whether automakers are a good investment or not depends in large part on EVs in the near future. The fight for total EV profitability will be a crucial contest between these two Detroit manufacturers, and as of right now, General Motors anticipates that its EV portfolio will turn a profit by 2025. Ford seems to be a year or so behind, but it hopes to become profitable by 2026. It aims to achieve an 8% EBIT margin by the end of 2026, among other things, by cost-cutting and growing at a faster rate. For a variety of factors, including its booming BrightDrop and Cruise businesses, which concentrate on solutions for consumer delivery and autonomous driving, respectively, GM seems to be a wise investment in 2023. GM has great cash flow and profitability, and management has the option of raising the dividend, which now yields a meager 1%. When everything is said and done in 2023, don't be shocked if GM has become Tesla's main rival in US EV sales. In that case, the stock would be a buy even more. Let's take a deeper glance at GM's and Ford's race to try to dethrone Tesla as leader of EV sales. Well, we're aware that in the world of electric vehicles, EVs, the battle for supremacy is heating up, with two automotive giants, General Motors, GM, and Ford, taking center stage. Both companies are fiercely competing to claim the top spot in the EV market, and their rivalry is nothing short of breathtaking. In fact, the world of electric vehicles, EVs, is a battlefield, a brutal fight between big players that want to rule the market, and a constant war for the top spot. The one currently sitting on the throne of the EV sales is none other than Tesla, the pioneer of the EV revolution. But the competition is not just watching idly by. They have been working tirelessly to catch up and dethrone Tesla as the leader of the EV market. From established giants like Ford and General Motors to newcomers such as Lucid Motors and Rivian, the competition is fierce. With each passing day, the gap between Tesla and the rest of the field is closing. The automaker, which once held a dominant share of the EV market, is now facing an uphill battle to maintain its lead. Tesla's Model S and Model X vehicles have been facing declining sales for years, while newer models like the Model 3 and Model Y have seen increasing competition. One of Tesla's most significant challengers is the American giant Ford. With the launch of their all-electric Mustang Mach-E, Ford is hoping to lure buyers away from Tesla's Model Y. The Mach-E boasts impressive range and power, along with a sleek and stylish design that appeals to a wide range of consumers. Additionally, Ford is investing heavily in its EV production and has plans to launch several more models in the coming years. But Ford is not the only challenger to Tesla's reign. General Motors has also been making waves in the EV market with its Chevy Bolt EV and the upcoming GMC Hummer EV. The Bolt EV has been steadily gaining popularity, and the Hummer EV promises to be a game-changer with its incredible power and off-road capabilities. However, it's not just the established giants that are making moves to dethrone Tesla. The startup Rivian is also making waves in the EV world, with their upcoming R1T and R1S models. The R1T is a pickup truck that promises to deliver impressive range and capabilities, while the R1S is an SUV that boasts luxury and power. Another startup, Lucid Motors, is also taking aim at Tesla's throne. With their upcoming Lucid Air sedan, they promise to deliver unparalleled luxury, range, and performance. The Air boasts an impressive range of over 500 miles and a top speed of 168 miles per hour, making it one of the most impressive EVs on the market. But the fight to dethrone Tesla is not just about who has the most impressive specs. It's also about branding, marketing, and customer loyalty. Tesla has built an incredibly strong brand that appeals to a wide range of consumers, and they have a loyal fan base that is hard to compete with. Additionally, Tesla has an extensive network of charging stations that gives them a significant advantage over their competitors. In conclusion, the battle to dethrone Tesla as the leader of the EV market is intense, and the competition is fierce. With established giants like Ford and General Motors, as well as startups like Rivian and Lucid Motors vying for the top spot, the future of the EV market is uncertain. However, one thing is for sure, the competition will only continue to heat up, and the winner of this war will be the one that can deliver the most impressive EVs, build the strongest brand, and win over the most loyal customers. The battle for EV dominance continues to heat up as GM overtakes Ford in sales, but the real question remains, can anyone dethrone Tesla as the leader of the pack? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the electric revolution is here to stay, and we're witnessing history in the making. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things EV.